That's right. It is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Glad to have each and every one of you with us on today's show. We got lots to talk about. However you're tuning in, we want to know. We've got lots of interesting news, National Day as well. How are you spending it as well? We want to know. And social media, let us know. We've got Jim Mallard who says, good morning, everyone. And social media, good morning, Jim. Good to have you with us. Today, we'll be talking about some of the latest stories. Here are some of the highlights of today. $600 payments as part of state's COVID relief package. That's happening, as well as some other cool stuff. Kobe Bryant being presented for Basketball Hall of Fame induction by Michael Jordan. That's coming up as well. And some other questions about, what's going on with California, as well as the homeless and what it is that they're going to do next. Garcetti proposed $1,000 a month payments to 2,000 Angelinos. Will that be enough? Who knows? We'll find out. We'll see. And then, of course, much, much more, including your social media comments. All of that coming up right after all of these messages. We'll be right back with more right after this. Stay tuned. Check 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Jesse?
From the KMET Weather Center for Beaumont, Banning, and the Pass area this morning, a clear sky, sunny today, high 78. Partly cloudy with areas of fog tonight, low 48. Patchy fog to start today, Wednesday, otherwise sunny, high 64. For the Inland Empire this morning, we'll have a clear sky. It'll be sunny today with a high of 82. Palm Springs, clear skies this morning, sunshine for the afternoon, the high 92. I'm meteorologist Jim Rinaldi for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show.
That's
here
right.
On
It's
ABC
the morning show
News
here on
Radio,
ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490
Glad to have
AM.
each and every one of you
Glad to
with
have
us.
each
Of
and every
course,
one
we
of
got
you
lots
with
to
us.
talk
Of course, we
about
got lots.
In a few minutes, we got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Hopefully you can hear Jesse. Jesse, what's going on over there?
Good morning. Oh, I'm just not much. Just looking at some of the sensational news today.
Sensational? Yeah, that's all out there. However you're tuning in, we want to know social media and Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, whichever it is. We want to say a good morning to you as well. Got lots of news stories here. The latest, Jesse, I'm not sure if you saw this, but of course, a lot of questions are what's happening with the stimulus. And have you received your last stimulus?
I actually did. I got it about a week and a half ago.
Nice. Let's see. Californians are going to start receiving, according to this, eligible Californians, a one-time $600 check as part of the state's coronavirus relief package. Those who are eligible to receive the Golden State stimulus check must have qualified for the state's earned income tax credit on their 2020 tax return or be an individual taxpayer identification number filer with an adjusted gross income of less than $75,000. An I-10 is used for filing taxes by those who cannot obtain a Social Security number. Some people may be eligible to receive a one-time $1,200 payment. That's according to the California Franchise Tax Board. Payment should already be on the way for those who filed their taxes before March 1st. Californians who filed after that or still haven't filed them should expect to wait several weeks to receive theirs. So there you go. There's some interesting news out there. How are you going to spend it? You're going to spend it all in one place. You're going to spend it, well, however you spend it. It is yours to spend for the taking. How did you spend yours? Do you want to share or no? Or did you lock it up just in case?
I put some away to save, and the rest I used to purchase some tickets to go to Florida for the weekend.
Hey, all right. When you so Florida, when's that looking like a thing?
Oh, June 3rd or June 4th.
Nice.
My fly out Thursday night, go there on Friday, come back on Sunday.
Fantastic. That sounds like fun. All right. So there you are doing that. Today is National Day of Sorts. How are you guys going to celebrate today? Let us know on social media. It's National Cheddar Fries Day, National Lima Bean Respect Day, National Look-alike Day, National Pineapple Upside Down Cake Day. Of these, Jesse, which will you celebrate today?
What was that first one?
The first one is National Cheddar Fries Day.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's go with that.
Right. National Cheddar Fries Day. It is where it's at. Have you ever had good cheddar fries?
I have no idea what cheddar fries are.
Cheddar with fries. Let's see. And Wait, hold on. You could add it with chili or jalapenos. Mix it up with onions, bacon, or a drizzle of ranch with a little dizzle. The great combinations delight the culinary taste buds. Call up your favorite restaurant, order some cheddar fries to go. Be sure to get extra napkins because you know you won't get through them without making a mess. You can use the hashtag National Cheddar Fries Day or Cheddar Fries Nation. And oddly enough, cheddar fries, according to this, is the staple at one of Dallas' most iconic dining institutions, Snuffers Restaurant and Bar, home of the original cheddar fries created at the restaurant's first location in 1978. Every order of Snuffers cheddar fries consists of golden hand-cut Idaho potato fries, layers of freshly grated, aged Wisconsin cheddar cheese, made to order. These come with chives, bacon, jalapenos, and been a habit for those 40 years and counting. So I don't know, Jesse. That sounds like something delicious. I think we need to have in our bellies right now.
It actually does. I'm really hungry, so that just made it worse.
Yeah, I'm good for that. And so there you go. So that's one thing that I think we should all get our taste buds around. I will say, of all the places that I've had it, I mean, there's some places that have it not so good, but I will say good old Tommy's Burgers is usually a good way to get it with a little chili, right?
Tommy's is a great place. Oh,
yeah,
love it.
Exactly. So I think that's going to be on my future later on today. That's what's going to happen. All right. Lots of questions, of course, regarding coronavirus. Again, the latest, well, let's see. We're going to take a quick break here on the morning show. When we get back, we got more stories on coronavirus and much, much more right after these messages. Stay right there. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned.
Top Line Industrial Supply, your destination for industrial tools and supplies. We make hoses while you wait, hydraulic, air, water, and custom brake lines. Take advantage of our large selection of fasteners from grade 5 to grade F911 and a full line of stainless steel bolts. Our no-cost outside shop service keeps you stocked at no extra charge. Come by one of our 2 convenient locations in Beaumont and Temecula and visit top-lineindustrial.com. At Top Line Industrial, we don't just sell products, we sell solutions.
Hello, listeners. Christopher here from The Christopher Show. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit about CBD. Now, CBD is not approved by the FDA as of yet. Myself, as well as millions of other people across the USA, have used it with help for pain, anxiety, sleep, and other conditions. Now, you know, all CBD products are not equal. It really matters on where you get the CBD from. Now, I suggest you get it from a qualified pharmacist, and I happen to know of one. It's at Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California. They only carry pharmaceutical-grade CBD products of the highest quality. So if you want the best, you go to Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions. Their staff is there to help you with all your CBD, pharmacy, and mobility needs. They're located at 1680 East 6th Street in Beaumont, California. Give them a call, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California, 951-845-8252.
Are you a self-published author that maybe underestimated the challenges of marketing your own book? I'm Suzanne Lynn, and we help authors sell more books through video interviews and radio advertising. You see, a professional video interview is really an author's secret weapon for marketing because it makes an emotional connection with your reader that can be posted to social media, YouTube, your book's landing page and website, your Amazon author page, and even sent to media to request interviews. We guarantee that video interview will be viewed by a minimum of 3,000 people in your target audience. And let's face it, no one can sell your book better than you speaking about it yourself. Plus, we can run commercials on our nationwide network of radio stations that targets your specific reading audience. Find out more at GiveMyBookWings.com. That's GiveMyBookWings.com. Again, GiveMyBookWings.com.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Glad to have each and every one of you with us. On today's show, we're talking about some of the latest, including this. The State Department urged Americans yesterday to reconsider any international travel they may have planned. Said it would issue specific warnings not to visit roughly 80% of the world's countries due to the risks from the coronavirus pandemic. The U.S. hasn't had a global advisory warning against international travel since August, when guidance was revoked by the Trump administration. The advice issued by the department is not a formal global advisory. Instead, it says the State Department will start using Centers for Disease Control and Prevention standards as it prepares health and safety guidelines for individual countries. Because of those standards, 80% of countries will be classified as level 4 or do not travel. Travel is also discouraged for the remaining 20%. It says people with plans to visit those countries should reconsider before proceeding. The department did not reveal which countries will fall under which category. That will become known as guidance is issued individually for each country in this coming week. So, interestingly enough, Jesse, what do you think about that? I mean, Florida, isn't on the list there, but international travel is.
Yeah, that does worry me. Florida's kind of like one of the crazy states next to California. I figure if I stay, just tell people to stay away. Distance.
I'm ready to buy one of those like fancy little machine contraptions whenever boarding a flight, just because. But I've never thought about how difficult it is to be in I know. Like, yesterday, for example, I had a friend who actually is a flight attendant getting training, and she said they're getting training again. And I thought, okay, well, that's different. But flight attendants, pilots, and the like, all really have to kind of be, on top of their game as well. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. They said, quote, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to pose unprecedented risks to travelers. In light of those risks, the Department of State strongly recommends U.S. citizens reconsider all travel abroad. The department said the new classifications do not reflect changes in the country's health situations, but rather an adjustment in the criteria on which it bases the alerts. I think what they're trying to do is try to get a handle on both the international scene, and you can only do so much for, here in the U.S. I mean, I could imagine like those that wanted to travel to Brazil and other countries as such are kind of going, well, is it now the time? Is it not the time? You know what I mean?
Right. Especially, I think the numbers were spiking in Brazil. But you know what? It's always safer to check before you plan an international flight. And personally, I would just say take the year off.
Yeah.
Another.
That's well, and I did meet a couple people that have been, buying RVs, as well as others that, recently have gotten RVs. And I'm like, well, if you're going to travel any which way, I would travel in an RV, right? I'm kind of thinking maybe I should either invest in one or find somebody that has one and then just go cross country. You can do it virtually, right? As long as you have a good internet connection. Other news, you got a news story over there. What's going on?
This news story, it bothered me on so many levels. Okay, so if this is about a Tesla, I've seen more Teslas now than ever before. So it worries me just a bit. Would you drive in a car with the autopilot and no one in the passenger or in the driver's seat?
Oh, they're not there yet. No, I wouldn't. No, they're not there. In fact, that's one of the warnings. You're not supposed to.
Yeah, so this story was just like, what were these two guys thinking? These two men were killed in Texas after a Tesla they were in crashed on Saturday, caught fire, and when the police was there, neither person was behind the wheel. One was in the passenger side, one was in the back passenger. So it bothers me. It's like, what in someone's right mind would like, oh, let's have the car drive somewhere. So apparently the vehicle was going at like a high rate of speed, hit a curve, went off the road, and crashed into a tree. And this was all in Texas. So, but the problem with that was there was a tweet, I think it was a yesterday or something like that, where Elon Musk said he reviewed the data and said that the car wasn't on autopilot. If that was the case, what were those two guys doing driving or on the passenger side? Like, who was it makes so many questions. So please do not drive the autopilot. Don't use it.
Okay, so to put some perspective on this, let's see. Texas police are demanding data logs from Tesla about the crash that killed 2 people. Elon Musk tweeted that data showed the car wasn't operating with autopilot. So I guess he already has that, and he's kind of sharing that. I think he went a little ahead there, but I get it. He's trying to be preemptive on this. And according to this, the Tesla Model S was traveling outside of Houston when it ran off the road, crashed into the tree, and burst into flames. It suggests by evidence that there was no one in the driver's seat. First responders found the bodies of 2 men, like you said, one in the passenger seat, one in the back seat. And now, according to this, the Tesla's driver assistance feature is normally an add-on that recognizes traffic lights and stop signs, and it can self-park, right? It's a $10,000 add-on. According to this, it says that it didn't have full self-driving enabled, although I'm wondering how you got all that information that quick, unless it has like an upload, because the vehicle doesn't even look like a Tesla.
Yeah. I didn't want to show you any pictures or anything like that because it looks like there's nothing left of that car. It is absolutely destroyed.
It's worse than destroyed. I mean, you wouldn't even know it was a Tesla. Yeah.
And this is my thing. Even if the autopilot was on, Elon Musk wouldn't admit to it. That would just make his company look bad.
Well, and I mean, I got questions on this. I do, because again, like, how do you get like there's planes that don't information that quick? So I don't really know how you got all that. But again, I don't pretend to know what, like, you understand? Like, I don't.
Right?
If it did, and there were I mean, or maybe they tried to get out. Maybe they were behind it, and then they tried to get out. I don't really know. I think the investigation will still determine what it is. I mean, there's a couple theories if it was charred that bad.
Right. My thing is, like, there were stories even in LA with people falling asleep on the wheel behind me, saying that's scary.
Yeah, that's true. So be careful out there. Drive responsibly. Stop honking at people for not doing for being cautious. We're gonna take a break here on the morning show. We got more right after these messages. Yikes.
The Beljanski Foundation offers you the scientific approach to healing used successfully by Francois Mitterrand, the former president of France. The Beljanski Foundation offers you non-toxic, scientifically supported methods to regain your health. Visit the Beljanski Foundation website, www.beljanski.org. You'll be glad you did. That's www.beljanski.org. The Beljanski Foundation. The information is essential. The Beljanski Foundation. www.beljanski.org. The Beljanski Method, now in America. www.beljanski.org.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the tax relief hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
For generations, alligators have weathered nature, biological threats, and predators. How do they do this? The answer is in their uncanny DNA. Alligators have one of the strongest immune systems in the animal kingdom. Their fat cells contain the essential oils needed to fight off deadly infection and rejuvenate skin. How can you benefit from the alligator's amazing rejuvenating powers? Cayman oil. Cayman oil is the revitalizing and healing power of the alligator in a bottle. Cayman oil is carefully purified and refined with an added hint of vitamin E and lavender to better harness the alligator's ability to heal worn and damaged skin. Treat dry skin, infections, cuts, burns, scarring, eczema, rashes, muscle and joint pain, and more. Even athlete's foot. It's clinically proven to kill the flesh-eating bacteria MRSA. This really works. We guarantee it or your money back. Go to mycayman.com. mycaimon.com. That's mycayman.com.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, and it's all about the MTV Movie and TV Awards. The 2021 MTV Movie and TV Awards have given 5 nominations to the Disney Plus series of WandaVision. Jesse, is this a good show? Because I still need to see it.
It is a good show. It's an unusual show because it starts off very weird and you don't know what's going on until like the 3rd or 4th episode. But if you look at it as like a whole, like a mini movie, it's awesome. But like if you watch it episode by episode, you're gonna go crazy because like you're gonna be like, I want more, and like there's so many questions. But overall, I thought it was a great series.
So wait till so it's already done. So it's hard to
already
be
done.
week by week is what you're saying. Got it.
Yes, especially for that one because you're just like when you watch an episode, you're just left in questions. You're like, oh, that cliffhanger.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Big shout out to Mark Harris who's tuning in. Says good morning. Good morning, Mark. Good to have you with us. And Stephanie Reed says hello. Happy editing this glorious, gloomy, chill day for today's awesome busy day. Rosalie Huerta as well tuning in. We appreciate you. Look, I got questions with the MTV Movie Awards. What's going to win? What's going to not win? Here's the list in the categories. As look, MTV Movie Awards knows how to do it. Okay, we've done them. I think only once ever that we actually attended. I don't know that they're going to have that this year. But here are some of the nominations. Best Kiss, right? I always like this category. Chase Stokes and Madeline Klein for Outer Banks. Jodie Comer and Sandra Oh for Killing Eve. Lily Collins and Lucas Bravo for Emily in Paris. And Maitreyi Ramakrishnan and Jaron Lewison, for Never Have I Ever. And Roger Jean Page and Phoebe Denver for Bridgerton. I botched it for single one of those names. Which one will win for the best kiss? Have you seen any of these, Jesse?
I have seen none of those. I'm like, oh, come on, please name one. No. The only one I can recognize in Bridgerton, and as far as I know, all the ladies love it.
Okay, so maybe that one. Best performance in a show, The Queen's Gambit for Anya Taylor-Joy. WandaVision, Elizabeth Olsen for that. The Umbrella Academy, Elliot Page. The Crown's Emma Corrin. And I May Destroy You from Michaela Coel. Which one do you think should win there?
Ooh, those are some tough choices. I'm gonna go with Elizabeth Olsen. I'm biased on
Okay, that
WandaVision.
makes sense. Stephanie Reed says WandaVision is a great show, and The Mighty Duck Game Changers is in between of two great shows. So there you go. Do you agree with that?
Yes, the new Mighty Ducks, the Game Changers. I love that show. It's again, that's another show that leaves me on cliffhangers. It's like, I mean, if you love the Mighty Ducks, you'll most likely love the new
All
show.
right, best show. WandaVision's up against Bridgerton, Cobra Kai, Emily in Paris, and The Boys. Of those, which should win?
Okay. I'm stuck between WandaVision, The Boys, and there was another one in there. I can't remember what. I'm gonna go with The Boys.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see who wins coming up around the corner. Best movie: Borat, subsequent movie film, Judas and the Black Messiah, Promising Young Woman, Soul, and To All the Boys, Always and Forever. I'm not sure Borat belongs on this list, but whatever. I'm not going to judge.
Borat. There, how many? Yeah, Borat. There's no. I'm gonna go with the other one.
I don't judge. If you want to go with Borat, go with.
Borat's a movie that I can only watch once.
That's my point.
Maybe twice. So out of those choices, I'm gonna go with. I haven't seen Judas and the Black Messiah yet. I heard it. I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list. I did watch Soul, which was actually a really good movie. I think that was from Disney Pixar.
I still have to see that. Okay, that's on my list as well. All right, then I'm going to add that as well. So there you go. There's some stuff. There's the comments. Finally, my system wasn't working here. It's catching up. Rosalie says, I love WandaVision. Stephanie Reed's comment there. Appreciate you. And Stephanie says, I like how Disney brought Lauren Graham, Gilmore Girls character Lorelai Gilmore to the Mighty Duck Game Changers show. That's what she said. So there you go. All right. Did I get that wrong on the statement of that? Lorelai? Yeah, Lorelai. All right, we're going to take a break here on the morning show. I'm going to regroup. We'll be right back with more right after these messages.
Don't let insurance companies make decisions for you. Go to Pass Auto Center in Banning, your one-stop repair facility with full collision repair, auto maintenance, service, and an authorized smog center. You'll also find a full-service used car lot to fit every budget with the right vehicle for you. Trade-ins are accepted and they pay cash for your car. Pass Auto Center at 2609 West Ramsey in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway between Sunset and 22nd. Call 951-849-7878.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness. 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. And speaking of travel, since we've been talking about travel towards the beginning and middle of this show, of course, Jesse, you're going to be traveling in June. I hope that you stay safe. I will say this. There is a news story here, which is kind of interesting. CDC is reporting 5,800 breakthrough COVID-19 infections in people who were vaccinated. Doctors say, do not panic. CDC officials tell Yahoo Life that as of April 13th, about 5,800 breakthrough COVID-19 infections, meaning someone who is fully vaccinated against the virus, still contracts COVID-19, have been reported to the CDC among the more than 66 million Americans who have been fully vaccinated. Of those, 7% required hospitalization, and 74 people actually died. Overall, it amounts to a rate of 0.008% of Americans who have been fully vaccinated against COVID. Again, this is latest news just from a couple of days ago, but it's an interesting bit of news, which I think goes to something that we've been saying would happen, but now the proof is in the pudding, right, Jesse?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is about what, side effects for vaccines, or
no,
the fact that we still get it even after we have the full vaccines?
Yes. So you've got that, and it says breakthrough infections were reported in people of all ages eligible for vaccination, but a little over 40% of the infections were in people aged 60 and up. Other important information to note, 29% of the vaccine breakthrough infections were reported as asymptomatic. 65% of the people experiencing a breakthrough infection were female. Dr. Stanley H. Weiss, professor at Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School, said the male-female differences that we're observing, no one has a good idea as to why it's occurring. We do know that men and women's immune systems do tend to react differently. Weiss says it could simply be by chance, or maybe that women are more likely to seek medical care when they have a breakthrough infection. Oddly enough, that actually is more true than not. Men tend to go, yeah, I'll be fine, and then boom, they're gone. Let's see. So don't be that person. Were fewer men detected because of that or something biological? We do not know the answer to that. That's according to them. The CDC is monitoring the breakthrough infections and collecting data on them. So there you go. Whether it's been the Pfizer or the Moderna one, that has yet to be. According to this, actually, the efficacy rate for the Pfizer is 95% effective at preventing symptomatic COVID-19 infections. Moderna is 94.1% effective, and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is currently on pause due to certain concerns. But we'll find out about that as to what it's going to be in the coming days ahead. So we'll find out. I think that the latest news is they think by Friday, Fauci said by Friday they should be able to loosen up based on the information they have. But when it comes to travel, this is another statement. Blocking middle seats on planes reduces risk of COVID-19 transmission. New data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention suggests the data was based on laboratory modeling of SARS-CoV-2 on single-aisle and twin-aisle planes, and found that leaving the middle seat vacant reduces the risk of contracting COVID-19 by 23% to 57% when compared with having a full plane. For a single passenger in the same row, 2 seats away from someone infected with COVID-19, the risk of exposure to the virus was reduced by 23%. However, blocking the middle seat reduces the risk to other passengers by up to 57% when several people aboard the aircraft are infected. I'm telling you right now, that's not something fun to be part of. Physical distancing of airplane passengers, including through policies such as middle seat vacancy, should provide additional reductions in risk for exposure to SARS-CoV-2 on aircraft. As of May 1st, Delta will stop blocking the middle seat on their flights, joining other major airlines in the U.S. that are operating at full capacity. So the question is this study going to do anything for those, or are we going to have problems in the days ahead? I don't know, Jesse. I don't know that people want to listen to these studies.
No one ever actually listens to these studies. Well, most people. But so are they going to get rid of the middle seat in the planes? Because I'm down with that. I'd rather not be packed in like sardines.
I mean, technically they could. Will they? Evidently, no. They're not going to. They want them fully back up to recoup their cost of. But this is the latest. It says here, Schaffner, who is a doctor there. Let's see. He says, Dr. William Schaffner, that these vaccines are 95% effective at best. Hold on, I'm going to two different stories. Sorry. Whoops, wrong one.
What was his name?
Schaffner.
Oh my God. Wait, what was his first name?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said William.
No. You think
Okay.
like Shatner? No.
Yeah, I was thinking
No,
Shatner.
Stanley. Wait, no, not Stanley. I don't know. It's not William Shatner. He's still an actor. The CDC issued new guidance for vaccinated people in early April. It says fully vaccinated people can resume domestic travel, do not need to get tested for COVID-19 before or after the travel. That answers a question that we had from one of our social media about a week back. The CDC still urges vaccinated people to continue to wear masks and try to maintain physical distancing while traveling. If you're taking a flight in the near future, Dr. Russo says get fully vaccinated first. Vaccination doesn't provide 100% protection, but it dramatically lowers your risk of contracting COVID-19 from getting a severe form of it. Russo also recommends wearing a mask and trying to get a window seat, given that it's safer than an aisle seat due to less exposure to others. I think I would say wear at least 2 or 3 different face masks. As long as I can breathe, though, that's all I care about. Until they drop the mask. I saw one where they actually had to drop the mask because I guess they hit some type of, what do they call that when the little? Have you ever had that where they actually drop down? That'd be scary.
Oh, you're talking about if there's big turbulence and those oxygen masks. Okay, if something like that happens, I swear to whoever's in charge, I will freak out.
I agree. All right, we're gonna
planes, and I've watched Final Destination way too many times.
Don't remind me, but there you go. Final Destination. I'm gonna steer clear of that. All right, Jesse, we'll be right back with more after these messages. Stay tuned.
The Fat Greek in Yucaipa, where you can get authentic, delicious, true Greek food. Authentic gyros, Greek salads, pitas, falafel, hamburgers, burritos, and oh yes, baklava. The Fat Greek has a large selection of wines, ice-cold domestic, and imported Greek beers. Come on down to the Fat Greek located on Yucaipa Boulevard in the city of Yucaipa. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The Fat Greek has delivery, drive-through, sit-down, and a catering service. So bring in a family or give Nicholas and Christopher a call at 909-797-6018. Eat Greek, live long. Remember, if you want authentic Greek food, it's the Fat Greek in Yucaipa.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlensons.com.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just go to 12ignoremyscore.com right now. That's www.12ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing the easy way. 12ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I really hate bringing up this information, but this is a top headline that just came in right now. COVID-19 deaths are accelerating. That's according to the World Health Organization, as world records most cases ever in a single week. So it's kind of hard, Jesse, because I feel like the feeling here in the home front is more positive than not, right? With more people going back out as it is. But on the world scene, I think this is why they were talking about not traveling. This is kind of the other perspective of this. More than 5.2 million new cases were recorded last week, which is the most in a single week since the pandemic began. Deaths also increased for the fifth straight week. The pandemic now officially claiming more than 3 million lives. Tedros warned that the pace of the pandemic is accelerating, even as some countries tout their own improved vaccination programs. Now, this is interesting news, and I hate talking too much about this, but it's necessary for those that wonder, are we out of it? Are we in it? What's going on in the world scene? But according to this, WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus says it took 9 months to reach 1 million deaths, 4 months to reach 2 million, and 3 months to reach 3 million deaths. That's an interesting perspective to see, right?
Yeah.
So it's accelerated significantly. Big numbers can make us numb, but each one of these deaths is a tragedy for families, communities, and nations. As more at risk or other older adults are fully inoculated, some economies open up. The Director General suggested the brunt of the spread may be shifting towards younger adults. He told reporters infections and hospitalizations among people aged 25 to 59 are increasing at an alarming rate due to a highly transmissible variant and increased social mixing among younger people. That makes sense. Concerns about more young adults contracting COVID-19 have been reported by doctors in hotspots, Brazil, obviously one of them, where the new variant has caused a devastating surge in hospitalizations and deaths. The rise is quite significant. I'm going to show you in social media just so you don't wonder what it is that I'm putting out there, in case many of you wonder, because I know sometimes people go, it can't be that bad. So I'm going to show you the graph of what they're looking at right now. You'll see on the graph there on the social media portion, if you want to go to KMET 1490 AM, if you're tuning in on the radio, you can view it right there. For more than 5.2 million new COVID cases were recorded around the world last week, bringing the total to more than 142 million cases since the start of the pandemic. Now you'll see all the way since it started back in March and April, that's where it started, right? And remember when they were saying, oh, we're going to, start leveling off. Now you'll see North America is the green. Okay. Red is Asia. The blue line, light blue, is Latin America and the Caribbean. Europe is technically beneath us in the dark blue. Africa is in the yellow section right there. And I don't see the purple one, but there you go. So you'll see the spike where we're kind of leveling off down. Asia's going significantly higher. But you'll find that if you look at this, it all kind of remains consistent with each and every one of them significantly, right? Some is a lag point. But you could kind of get the idea right there. So although here in the North American section, it's quite low right now, thank goodness. Abroad, it's spiking significantly. At least in Asia countries and Latin America is about second to us right now. But it usually has a domino effect down the line, right? So we want to stay leveled off and we want to go down. We're still higher than we were. We're not as high as we were in early January. But is this an effect or a cycle of the spring break? I don't know, Jesse.
It's a good question. Or more people could be getting the vaccine for all we know.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I figured since the numbers are starting to go down, maybe more people are getting the vaccine.
Here in the States? Yeah.
As for the other countries, Asia in general, I have no idea.
Yeah, and that could be part of it. India is suffering from the second wave of the virus, which we talked about a few days ago. The country has reported more than 200,000 new cases on each of the past 6 days, 1.5 million in the last week. Crowded hospitals are turning away patients. You don't want to get sick in an international place, right? Like India, not right now. With more than 15 million infections, the country is now only second to the United States in global case tallies. The U.S. has reported almost 32 million infections. England added India to its travel ban list on Monday. Now, that's good to know. And like I just said, I mean, you don't. So if you have plans to go to India, you might want to turn them down a little. Prime Minister Boris Johnson canceled a scheduled trip there. Political campaigning is ongoing despite the situation. The Narendra Modi's ruling party said it would hold small public gatherings with the cap of 500 people in the state of West Bengal, one of the 5 states where state elections are currently being held. Much of Asia is similarly grappling with increasing cases. The surge in Thailand has dampened hopes of welcoming more tourists there, with hospitality venues identified as the cause of recent outbreaks, obviously. In the U.S., millions of people are being vaccinated. Experts cite coronavirus variants, including the more contagious B117 strain that fueled another surge in Michigan, and a spreading sense of pandemic fatigue as contributing factors. So that is some of the stuff that you're definitely going to want to know. There's still questions as to the other vaccines, Johnson & Johnson. Are we going to roll that one out still? Which I think that Fauci said by Friday they should have more clear cut information on that. Whether or not they've been working on it, I'm pretty sure they have been. Of course, doing the studies is important as well. But what do you do at that point if you have international plans to go abroad? Would you do it still, Jesse, or not really? I mean, you're going to Florida. That's different.
Is it really? You know how crazy Florida is? No. Let's see. Would I
Just
go?
don't throw caution to the wind. You know what I mean? Because you might come across people who go, "Nah, it's fake. Stop selling that stuff."
There's tons of people like that, but you know what? I would only go travel abroad if I had to, like if it was part of my job. For right now, I just, take a year off from traveling abroad and let things settle down a bit. And, just don't go crazy, mainly because I don't want to be packed in like sardines.
Well, you're going at the right time, I think. June, I think, is a good time to go. I'm just saying, I could be wrong, but, I'm hoping I'm right. And we're all hoping. Whenever somebody says they're traveling, I always go, oh, I was kind of like, because guaranteed.
There's only one thing I'm fearing about my travel. One, Florida's a swamp, and I'm afraid it's going to be all humidity and everything. 2, I'm going to freak out if I run into an alligator.
Just don't go near the water. That's all I got to say. Stay out of the water. Stay near the sidewalks. California is making progress in the fight against COVID-19. In Israel, the outdoor mask mandate was lifted over the weekend. Why? Recent columns in Slate and the Atlantic ask if it's time to do the same thing here in the U.S. Are you kidding me? UCSF infectious disease. I feel like they're all not reading the right information, don't you? Says, no, absolutely not. That's an expert, Dr. George Rutherford, who is the infectious disease expert, says at this point in time, when we actually still have a lot of people unvaccinated and still 2,500 cases a day in California, new cases a day in California, it seems to me to be a prudent thing to continue. That's called don't be stupid, you stupid. Dr. Rutherford said he believed even Israel, where more than 50% of the population is vaccinated, may have lifted the mandate prematurely. In California, 32% of people are fully vaccinated. Dr. Monica Gandhi, also an infectious disease specialist at UCSF, had a different perspective. She said that she does think it is time to reconsider the outdoor masking mandate given the low transmission rates for outside activities. Dr. Gandhi said there's been a lot of data, especially over the last 6 months, that shows us that the risk of outdoor transmission is very low. In fact, there was a study from Ireland and a study from China that looks at about 1 in 1,000 transmission occur outside as opposed to indoor, where we know there's more droplets and more transmission. Okay, I will say this. There's been a little bit of a back and forth when you wear it outside, right? like nobody's around, you're at the park, out in the sun, or at the beach, and you're out in the sun and nobody's around you within like 20 feet. Do you wear the mask or not? I mean, you got to drink water. You take it off, you drink it. What do you do?
I only wear the mask when I'm around people. I will not wear that mask if there's no one around me. It's pointless to me. I don't see the reason why.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same feeling. I'm not gonna lie. I know I've done it whenever like I step away from others. I don't know. I think that's a personal thing right now. According to this, in this setting of decreasing cases and confidence in the vaccine, she says, I think it's time to lift outdoor mask mandates. Dr. Alak Patel said he doesn't believe the mask mandate should be fully lifted, but said he does agree it is time to reevaluate it. He says at least add some transparency and maybe a goal for people out there to say, hey, when we reach a certain number, go ahead and take your mask off when you're outdoors, because there's a little bit of an inconsistency. He says you can go to an outdoor restaurant, sit on a patio, and potentially be around 8 other tables of people who are not wearing masks, but then you could be on the Embarcadero, and there's still a requirement to wear a mask. A spokesperson for the California Department of Public Health did not say whether the state is considering lifting the outdoor mask mandate, suggested it is unlikely any changes will be made until at least the state reopening on June 15th. Dr. Rutherford believes that is for the best. He said, quote, I think as we get up into the 60% of people fully vaccinated, we can start to consider it, but we're going to have to see how it goes over the next couple of months with the big push to reopen by June 15th. All I've got to say is you guys really got to start thinking ahead and stop thinking behind. If the world scene is taking a huge increase, now granted, are they just as vaccinated as we are? I don't really know the answer to that. I haven't done the number math just yet, but we're not out of the woods. And I think people are doing that out of the woods mentality that we did last year at around the same time, which was, no, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. We're still in it. And because we're still in it, you have to address it. It's look, I get it. We're all getting that fatigue of just, can we be done with it, right? I think I've seen several people kind of just be like, can we just be done with it? And people are trying to return to normal as much as possible. I've seen certain events take place that try to do it as carefully as possible. I attended a red carpet event, which was, partially outside, partially inside, where everybody had to wear a mask, right? And they were very consistent. When you were taking your picture, you could take off the mask, but then you had to put it right back on, right after. And there were things like that. But I don't know. So there you go. For those of you that need more information for Palmdale Lancaster train station, Metrolink is opening COVID vaccination clinics. The 2 clinics located at 39,000 Clock Tower Plaza Drive in Palmdale and 44812 Sierra Highway in Lancaster will be capable of administering up to 250 doses per day. According to this, LA County Public Health Director, Dr. Barbara Ferrer, says as vaccine supply increases, partnerships with services such as Metrolink are critical for the county to achieve 80% vaccine coverage of people 16 and older within 12 weeks, which would dramatically change the trajectory of the pandemic here in LA County. The vaccination clinics will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Anyone 16 and older is eligible to receive the vaccine. The clinics will be run by Remedia Care. That comes after Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia closed Sunday. It was replaced by 2 smaller locations, which opened Monday at the College of the Canyons in Santa Clarita and the Palmdale Oasis Park Recreation Center. LA County was expected to receive a total of about 600,000 Pfizer and Moderna vaccines this week, as well as private providers. But there you go. If you want more information, all you have to do, I'll post the information there, but you can find it and then, of course, register and get the very latest. And we'll post it on our KMET 1490 AM page for you to be able to see. All right, people, make it a great day. Whatever you do, I'm out of time. Whatever you do, remember, love life and enjoy life and practice careful, safe social distancing. Bye-bye, everyone.